Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So guys, after having our discussion on Saturn's transit in the Pisces in the month of March and Jupiter's transit in the Gemini sign in the month of May, now in this video we will try to look at what our favorite Rahu is going to be bringing results for all of us with its next move in the month of May when it will transit in the Aquarius sign. So guys, in this video we will have our discussion only from the Rahu's perspective, and like in the next video I will talk separately from Ketu's point of view as well. I know guys that we still have a couple of months for this transit to take place, but just because we all are like a lover and students of astrology, so by the grace of the gods, let's say whatsoever gods are gonna inspire me to share my views, which we can use as a form of our preparation for this big move of the Rahu and Ketu, which is going to be happening in the month of May. And yes guys, I'm very grateful and thankful to all the clients as well, because whatsoever they bring in terms of their aspiration, their perplexing situation, that also add to my research or my knowledge base as well. Whatever you read in the books, that cannot be matched with the practical experience. So okay guys, to begin with, see guys, the beauty of the transit of Rahu in the Aquarius is that we all know this thing that Aquarius is being co-ruled by Saturn and Rahu. So in a way, Rahu is going to be entering in its own domain, in its own territory. With every passing day, the kind of development which is taking place in the domain of the technology, with the advent of AI, and now China has also come up with an alternative and all. So that simply means that we are living in a day and age of the technology over where there is a blend, there is a sync of the Rahu and the Aquarius. But that also begets a question guys. If technology is everything, then how about the animals? How about the other aspect of the nature? See, let me give a very simple example. Why do we say this thing that when you become an astrologer, the way it has been explained in the scriptures is that you become a Trikaldarshi. Trikaldarshi means you have that power to look at the past, present and future. Like the way example guys, like even if you will look at an insect which is born during the time of the rain. So in that insect's one day of the life, in his dimension, he lived the complete thing. Like he grows, he get married, he make babies, and then he dies. Everything done in one day. That means the dimension in which we are living, there are those entities which are living in a higher dimension over where wherever we are, wherever we are headed, they have a view from a vantage point that they can actually guide us, they can motivate us. And over there only guys, planets like Rahu and zodiac sign like Aquarius flourish and thrive. They are actually considered as very futuristic. And the way I mentioned that why astrologers are called as the Trikaldarshi, like someone who has got knowledge of all the past, present, future. Because no matter how much AI, how much technology comes, guys, at a time when I'm doing my reading, more than whatever I'm seeing in the software, whatever is mentioned in the scriptures and all, whatever I say in the video, if the omens are guiding me something else, like the way, for example, like recently only I did a reading for a person, and this person, her query was that I'm confused between the path of the celibacy, which my spiritual vows motivate me, or shall I get married like anyone else. At a time when I was doing the reading, I do not know, like there was like mantras which have been being played in the YouTube and all, and somehow the brahmachari word came thrice. I somehow got the omen from there only. So that is one such area over where the AI cannot tap into that. Otherwise, why they were not being able to predict that is Donald Trump gonna win or who's gonna win the US presidential election. So that means there is one aspect over where if you are connected with that collective consciousness, you are definitely going to have an upper edge. Guys, look at it in this way, like all those kind of people who become a slave to the trends, these are among those people, even in the human consciousness, they are still trapped in the lower chakras, like the Mooladhara chakra, over where their opinions and their actions are being completely governed and ruled by their purv janam, past life sanskaras, or this could be whatever is happening, like the way in Hindi we call it as a bhed chal, whatever the whole world is doing, like okay, at this age you have to get married, at this age you have to buy a house, and that's how you plan and design your life and you live like that. But those people who end up doing something unique, who end up doing something different, these are those people who are reverberating on the higher chakras, where there is an individuality in their thought process. They can visualize and manifest things which the other people are not able to see beforehand. And like the way, guys, I give this example about that how can we connect Aquarius with the collective consciousness or with the mass consciousness. I've been giving this example that even nature interact with each other like that. It's not like that only those people who have a strong Rahu, who have that penetrating foresight, only they are able to see the trends much before in time, even in terms of the animals as well. Like the way, for example, I was like watching about this documentary. Over there it has been mentioned that even animals and the trees, they also communicate with each other. Like it has been proven in studies that in one part of the like on the globe, just because elephants were being hunted down because of their tusk, so they somehow started releasing those hormones and creating that energy that even in far away land, other tribe and herd and group of the elephants, they actually stopped growing their tusk too much, because they somehow get that threat that only because our these are long tusks, we are being poached, like we are being like hunted down by the poachers. And there have been couple of other studies as well, like over where I guess in Japan, scientists, what they did, they rubbed the potatoes with the sand and they threw on the monkeys. So they just tried to gobble it up, but there was sand in over there, so they started throwing it out, like like spitting it out, and then they left it. But some of the kids, they realized that they can wash it out, and then they started eating it. And when they did the same practice in couple of days of the interval, when they did the same thing in like in UK, so the monkeys already knew this thing, that we have to wash it first and then we have to eat it. So nature, animals, trees, this is the mass consciousness which is somehow connecting all of us, and those who have that power, they can actually access that thing. And that is the only reason, like when you have your energies reverberating on the higher chakras, you can tap into that. So all that future, it is a very like kind of open to debate and discussion, that some people also say this thing, that whatever we are experiencing right now, the same experiences and the same reality is happening concurrently at different dimensions as well. But we will not get into that. But all what I'm trying to say, that Rahu's transit in the Aquarius, in its own home, in its own territory, is going to be the time when you will experience that lot many cult will be formed. This is going to be the time when technology and lot of the innovation which the world will witness. And again, guys, Rahu has everything to do with the ambition, with the future growth, something regarding which right now you do not have any idea. So new chapter, new door will open because of the move or because of the transit of the Rahu. Saturn just lays foundation to wherever you are working right now already. Jupiter just bless you with the good fortune and the growth and expansion. But something which is completely unknown, which is completely foreign to you, which is going to give you growth in leaps and bounds, that is all the time connected with the attributes and signification of the Rahu, which we will try to understand in this video. So okay guys, now after like little bit about the importance of Rahu and its role in our life, now we will try to look at that how Rahu and the hypnosis qualities and energy of the Rahu is going to be influencing all the rising signs. So guys, starting first with the Aries Lagna natives. So guys, in your case, Rahu is in a way an important planet for you guys, because Rahu has been attached as a co-ruler of the Aquarius, which in your case happens to be in the 11th house. That means Rahu has got potential to give you not only material but spiritual results as well. And during this same time, like the Lord of the Aquarius, where Rahu is going to be transiting, is going to be transiting in your 12th house. So guys, 12th house has got everything to do with something which is hidden, something which you have not explored yet. So I mean to say, some sort of new development, growth, and new doors are bound to open for the Aries Lagna natives during this time. There is going to be growth in multifold in the flow of your income. And also guys, like the kind of people you socialize with, the kind of ideology, philosophy you have, all of that is going to go through a complete makeover, a completely revamp once Rahu is going to transit over here. And nothing could be better than that. If you are already working in the domain of something which is like connected with the foreigners or foreign land, or with technology, with innovation, large group network, you are in that business where you have to collaborate with large network, large group, socialize with people and all, or you have to work in a very cosmopolitan, multicultural kind of environment and something, or in any capacity, in any shape or form, you're trying to make the world a better place. Like you are the voice of something, you are into anything to do with the very sensationalized journalism, activism or something. So I would say all those people are gonna get benefited. So again guys, I'm not only saying it from the point of view of that Rahu is going to be transiting in your 11th house, the dispositor theory, Saturn, the lord of that is there in the 12th house. So that means something which has been hidden for you is going to open for you. A new phase in your life is bound to open up. So be very much welcoming towards it. And especially if you are in that business of subscription, followership, popularity and something. So be ready for your numbers to grow, and you will be witnessing, like I can say this thing with confidence, that a new chapter is bound to open for you, and something regarding which I'm making this video in the month of January. You have as if now no idea what is going to be, but it is for your good, it is for your growth. Now guys, when we talk about from the Taurus Lagna natives point of view, so guys, in your case Rahu becomes a very important planet, and Rahu is going to be transiting in your like 10th house. So yes guys, 10th house Rahu is considered as very good. Rahu in the Aquarius has got everything to do with being very futuristic. So if you're already working in the domain which is colored with the traits and qualities of the Rahu, this could be entertainment business, technology business, entrepreneurship, or any of the philanthropic, humanitarian kind of work, social work, activism, United Nations and all. So if you're already working in this domain, this is going to be the time when you will experience the growth. Like all that hard work which you have been putting out, this is the time when you will turn around the heads. People will start paying attention to what you are doing. So again guys, see, look at it in this way. 11th house is all about that whatever you have sown so far, the result part the reward part comes in the 11th house. 10th house, if you want to extract something from the 10th house, ask the god for the work first. The recognition, universe and nature works with a perfect, accurate plan. If you have done something good, you will be paid. If you have done something bad, the karma will find you, no matter where you are hiding. But the concern over here is that 10th house Rahu, that too in such a dignified state, and the dispositor of Rahu is going to be transiting in your like 11th house. So there is a high possibility that the new door, the new opportunity which will open up for you, these might be those people who are in your network, who are already in your influence. Or this could be case guys, again I do not want to give you I do not want you to be very high with your hopes and all, but yes, this is also going to be creating a yoga where something which you have been dreaming about, you know, like for everyone there is a kind of a dream. Like for me, this could be, I'm like, you know, creating shows for this big television network. For an actor, this could be working on a HBO show, on a principal role and something. So something might be connected with that, because the dispositor of Rahu is there in the 11th house. 11th house is the highest of our wishes, our hopes and something. And Saturn is always fair. Rahu might create those illusion and something, but Saturn is very, very realistic and practical. And Saturn has already entered your 11th house. That means it has already grilled and tested you enough. So guys, all what I can say to the Taurus native is that please give the right wishes and prayers and commands in the universe. Sometimes I see people, they by themselves keep on negating themselves. Oh, I don't think so I can do that. Oh, I don't feel that I can build a house in this lifetime. If you say like that, you are giving those commands in the universe. Everything is getting stored in the Akashic record. So be open towards some new experiences which are bound to happen. And yes guys, 10th house, it means a complete makeover or revamp of your career. Growth is meant to happen. Along with that, foreign influence, new experiences, meeting, collaborating with new sort of people is definitely on the cards. And again guys, look at it in this way, the energy of the Aquarius in itself is very philanthropic, it's very humanitarian. So that also tells about that, let's say for example, if you are stuck in a loop, like on and off we come across those people who start their life from one job or one small house and they end up doing that only. So let's say for example, if from past couple of years you have fallen into a rut, you have fallen into a loop, unproductive loop, so this is going to be the time. So guys, if I were to say Jupiter there in your 2nd house, Saturn in your 11th house, this is the time when you have to be greedy and selfish for your growth, because Rahu is going to be paving a path for that. So yes guys, this is just like my first impression of this transit. Obviously we still have couple of months. I'll keep on posting whatever updates I will be observing in my research and all, but as if now all what I can say is that this is going to be golden time for growth. And most importantly, if you are in dire need of revolutionizing your work, working on some new project, enrolling for some course, experimenting with your line of work like from sales to marketing, or getting back to school, do some course and start a new career and something, so all of those possibilities can be attached with Rahu's entry in your 10th house. Now guys, when we talk about from the Gemini Lagna natives point of view, so guys, in your case Rahu is going to be transiting in your 9th house. So guys, 9th house transit of Rahu is generally considered as good in certain ways, where it can give you fortune awakening in unusual circumstances, in foreign land, or through the support of some guide kind of person, guru kind of person who will enter in your life, and because of the guidance of that person your stars might shine. Like the way in every industry guys, we say this thing that okay, this for this actor, because of the support and blessing of this producer, this director, this production house, this actor's career shine because of that. So in your case, some sort of support will come to you, and that guidance, that support will play a very integral role. Along with that guys, 9th house has a very important role giving us the direction in the life. If you feel yourself being stuck in a unproductive loop where you're not being able to grow to your best potential and something, Rahu's entry in your 9th house is going to be very supportive for that. So during this time, if you feel like enrolling for any course, any certification, updating your education, or investing in some parallel other career and something, so Rahu's strengthened state in your 9th house is going to be very beneficial, very supportive for you. Along with that guys, because the dispositor theory, we cannot overlook that. So during this time, just because the 9th lord of yours, Saturn, is going to be transiting in your 10th house as well, so that also tells about that there is a very high possibility. On and off I keep on coming across those people, they studied nursing, veterinary assistant, library assistant, they did some courses, but they were not able to capitalize on it, and later on after a while they even lost the hope. But this is going to be the time which you are currently running. If you will enroll for a course, there is a high possibility that you will get the job, you will get the placement with a very fast pace as well. So the minute you're gonna complete your course or college, the placement is going to be very easy. So that is how the kind of yoga which is being getting activated for you. So again guys, Rahu's transit to the 9th house also tells about that any of the travels you will undertake this time, you will gain acquire a lot of learning through those travels as well. And nothing could be better than that if you will get the blessing of any teacher, any mentor during this time, that can completely turn around your life. Guys, mentors and teacher plays a very significant role, and I guess that is the only reason we say this thing, that we all in our life, there is a section, there is a part which is called as the fixed prarabdha or destiny, which we cannot change. Now the only thing which create a difference, which being an astrologer, being coming from the Eastern philosophies, I believe in it very strongly. That is the power of the kripa, or the power of the blessings, and all of that blessings are there in the ninth house. Guys, the story of Rahu could be slightly could be attached with the story of the Karan in Mahabharat. He was so determined that he had to get the education, he had to get the learning. Now he even, on one occasion, he even lied to his teacher just in order to get the learning from him. Now a lot of the people are gonna say that, hey Napon, why you're giving a wrong example? He lied for the education, and at the end he got the curse. It did not come to his rescue. See, important is not that. For him, education and everything was done with an objective to prove his mettle, and that is what happened at the end. Even Lord Krishna mentioned this thing, that when Arjuna and Karna, they both were like fighting, and the arrows of the Karan were even able to put the chariot of the Arjun so many steps behind, compared to the kind of damage and the force with which Arjun was fighting with him. So then only, like when Arjuna was getting this pride that, hey, see Lord Krishna, I'm so powerful, because of me, with the force of my arrows and all, his chariot is being thrown like 12 feet far, and with the force with which he's throwing the arrows, our chariot is just being put behind like for like 2 or 3 feet. To which Lord Krishna says that, don't be in this pride, don't be arrogant. Me, the Lord of the 3 lokas, is sitting there on the chariot. Lord Hanuman is there on the top. So even after that, if he's being able to do that, so that in itself prove how good warrior he is. So all what I'm trying to say is that even his objective got fulfilled. His objective was to prove his prowess, prove his supremacy, and he was able to do that. Yes, Rahu in the ninth house. The gist of this whole story is that Rahu in the ninth house has got everything to do. Whether you have to lie, you have to use tact, you have to use diplomacy. You're not gonna be sitting on your home, the comfort of your home, that whenever it will be the God's wish and God's will, things will happen for me. You are ready to do anything for turn the luck in your favor, like turn around the stars or fortune in your favor. This is what the power of Rahu is there in the ninth house. So yes guys, I would say this thing, that you will carve your own luck. That's all what I can say. Jupiter in the ninth house, luck supports you. Rahu in the ninth house, you will make your own luck. That is the kind of yoga which you are running through. Whatever you will be enrolling for in the form of the guidance, teaching, scholarship, learning, anything, it will immediate come to work. Again, I keep on coming across people, they did the film school, never got any good break. But this is the time, if during this time, in next 1.5 years, you are planning to shift in your career and something, you enroll for any course, I can assure you, I can write it in a blank paper that you will get the placement. At least this is what the planets are saying. Now guys, I'm moving ahead. Now for the Cancer Lagna natives. So guys, Cancer Lagna natives have got their own problems. Oh my god. For the last 2.5 years, they were bothered. They were like, panicking. Saturn in the 8th house, Saturn in the 8th house. Saturn went, now Rahu came. Now Rahu in the 8th house, Rahu in the 8th house. No guys, but still, Rahu in the 8th house is not that bad, because it's just like that. Rahu in the Aquarius is considered as like very futuristic, open to making a change and being recognized for his uniqueness. So Rahu is like alien, and Rahu in the Aquarius is like his uniqueness is accepted, it's acknowledged. See guys, Rahu just have a head, Ketu has rest of the body, Rahu just has the head. So means all the ideas, all the desires, all the wish is there in the head. And I guess that is the only reason. Even in your body, the minute we wake up in the morning and our mind, the man, bombards us with so many ideas and something, and the manas and the mind is always looking for a body. Oh, start making photocopies, start building the trail of the thoughts. That's what the mind wants. So I mean to say, that's what Rahu is. But the difference is that Rahu in the Gemini might be just daydreamer. Rahu in the Scorpio is just filled with vengeance and all. Rahu in the Aquarius is productive. So Rahu in the Aquarius is productive, and it is there in the 8th house, which is hidden, but it has got so much wealth to offer. So that means your mind is going to be filled with productive ideas, looking in the unknown terrain and domain to churn out some productive wealth giving idea in something. So that is how it is going to be working out. And yes guys, like if in any capacity you are a part of something which is like very hidden, like which is very scientific, you are a researcher, you are an explorer, or you are in any of the unlawful, unethical kind of business, like this could be you are into the business of cannabis, you are in the business of like doing something which is not considered as very legal, very ethical and all. So Rahu in the 8th house in the Aquarius is going to be very powerful. So Rahu is like connected with the mafias and everything. Like the way guys, even like these three gods like Indra, Yam and the Varun is connected with the Libra, Indra is connected with the Scorpio, but the Yam is connected with the Aquarius. So that means, and Saturn is also connected with it. And guys, when Rahu is going to be operating, the genius qualities of the Rahu is going to be operating in the domain of the 8th house. The sign dispositor is going to be there in the 9th house. So that means there's a high possibility that you might get an escape. So even if being put forth in an embarrassing kind of situation or being caught red-handed, so the 9th house, the dispositor is there in the 9th house, you might have an escape and all. See, we say this thing that Rahu and Ketu are just the disciple of the Saturn, that their guru is the Saturn, and Saturn is in the house of the Pakka Bhav, the confirmed house of the Jupiter of the Guru, which is the 9th house. So that means overall guys, alignment is favorable for you. So if you feel that being ruled by the moon, that oh my god, I'm all the time overwhelmed with the overthinking and all. So let's say for example, if Rahu is transiting in the Aquarius in your 8th house and Rahu is also active right now in your Dasha, so I can assure you that this overthinking might land you at the right place, or you might strike a right opportunity as well. That's all what I can say. And especially those connected with occult, those connected with research, scientific field, anything underground, anything illegal, unethical, those people are gonna getting benefited with this Rahu's transit to your 8th house. Now guys, when we talk about from the Leo Lagna natives point of view, so guys, in your case, Rahu is going to be transiting in your 7th house and Ketu is going to be transiting in your 1st house. So now in this video, we will be only focusing from the Rahu's point of view. So guys, Rahu in the Aquarius is considered as very, very powerful. See, I want to be very honest, for the Leo Lagna natives, for the next 1.5 years, your mind is not going to be working out. You will feel that, okay, my mind is like, my head is like blocked, like Ketu. It's like my head is blast off. Now I do not know what is right, what is wrong, how to make my moves and something. So people opposite to you, seek refuge in them. So your partner, your spouse, reach out to your partner and ask for the opinion of your partner before taking any important decision. And during this time guys, you will automatically find like there will be very wise and futuristic people who will be ready and willing to collaborate with you. So the kind of wisdom which you can find by seeking support in others, you can do wonders. Because guys, even like this whole axis of like Rahu and Jupiter, like making a trine connection and all, is also taking place. Like Jupiter is going to be transiting in your 11th house. 11th house is also the house of the large group network and our friends, our social network. So that means more than what you feel that you're capable of, other people are much more in a better state to guide you well in this kind of situation. And yes guys, if you are already in a business of like connected with Rahu, you are a top-notch like director, like you are a producer, or you are like writing script for any sci-fi kind of thing, so you are a novelist and all. So all those things which are very futuristic, which are very ahead of the time, you are like in any coding kind of role, if you're already working in these kind of profiles and all, or let's say for example in your business, you want to revolutionize it, you want to do a complete revamp of it, you feel that okay, I'm stuck in a loop and something, so this is going to be the time when Rahu can make you come out of it. But again guys, I want to be very honest with you, in your case as well, same like Aquarians, the dispositor of Rahu is there, Saturn is there in the 8th house. 8th house is the house of, which is the hidden house, but it also carries a lot of the wealth which lies underneath, underground, buried underground. So that means you need to have trust and conviction in the capabilities of other people. So if you have hired someone, if you have collaborated with someone, now there has to be 100% surrender. That's all what I can say, because more than you, it's the people in your network which will play a wiser role, or they are much more equipped to guide you for your growth, for your success. And yes, I mentioned if you are an entertainer, actor, artist, producer, something, it's going to be a good transit. Now guys, if you are a Virgo Lagna native, so guys, in your case, like Rahu is going to be transiting in your 6th house. So guys, we know this thing that Rahu in the 6th house is considered as very strong. See, Rahu is like our head, which has all the ideas. It does not have a body. Rahu can actually make someone an overthinker as well. But the only concern is that when Rahu is going to be transiting in the Aquarius, so just like that, even your overthinking is going to be something which is leading you towards the productive outcome. If Rahu is also active in your dasha, and Rahu is an important planet for you, like for example, your like ascendant lord conjunct with Rahu, your moon nakshatra being of like Ardra, Satbisha, Swati, you are in a business of Rahu, and over and above that, this transit of Rahu in the 6th house can completely revamp your work ethics, your work style, the kind of people you will be coming in contact with. And again guys, like let's say for example, if you are in any sort of problem solving kind of field, like you are in a field which is like driven towards very futuristic use of technology and something, making our life better through enabling and blending technology. So if you are working in all these kind of fields and all, so Rahu's entry in your 6th house is going to be a blessing. Again guys, look at it in this way, that we say that why Rahu is considered as strengthened and strong in the 6th house. 6th house is the house of challenges, is the house of the problems and all. Why Rahu is considered as good? Because Rahu make you intelligent enough. You see, it's not like Mars, which is going to get into head-on kind of fight with someone. And it's also not that idealistic like Jupiter, which is going to be avoiding fight. Rahu just comes up with a solution which is equally beneficial for everyone. So I mean to say, Rahu's transit from the 6th house in your daily work life, like let's say for example, lately you have been feeling or finding yourself obsolete, that my skill set is not that much in demand with the changing times in the corporate world, in the job market and all. So this is going to be the time when in your line of work, you will have an opportunity, you will have a provision to revamp your skill set, your like your work style and all. Along with that guys, like all those people who are already working in the fields of the law, who are working in the healthcare kind of sector, or just in order to strengthen your prospects, if you want to enroll for any coaching, any certification, any classes and something, so this is going to be a beneficial time for that. And those people who are already embroiled in any sort of like conflict, any sort of lawsuit and all, so I would say that Rahu's transit over here will give you a right solution to deal with these kind of challenges. How to make your life easier through wise choices can be attached with Rahu's transit in the Aquarius. Guys, I always say this thing. See, when Rahu was transiting in the Pisces, it has got everything to do with, you know, radicalization of things. Rahu in the Aquarius is like, you know, bringing those people together who wants to make the world a better place, and that betterment looks like to be happening. That improvement, kind of, you know, revolution is happening in your 6th house, the way you conduct your work ethics, your job style and all. Now guys, when we talk about from the Libra Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, like for the Libra natives, Rahu is going to be transiting in your like 5th house. So yes guys, this is generally considered as a good time. See, again, I want to be very honest with you. If you are a kind of person who is already given to too much of the overthinking, like, you know, let's say for example, in your natal chart, your moon is like, you know, you are a Gemini moon, or like you are a Adra moon or something. So if you're already driven to like overthinking, inner chattering and all, over there could be slightly this could be slightly disturbing, because Rahu in the 5th house, like our mind might be bombarded with too many ideas and all. But again guys, everything comes down to what is the line of work you are working. Like if you're a kind of person who keep everything meticulously planned, you are doing multiple things, and you are like an entrepreneur, you are like working as a consultant, you are an artist, you are a creative person, where like whatever you are going through, you blend everything with whatever is going in your mind, you put it in your art form. Like I guess Paul McCartney and Beatles, I guess he wrote one of the song, I guess he was in the Mahesh Yogi ashram. Okay, don't quote me on that. But the way in one of the interviews of the Beatles, he said this thing, that we felt that the Guruji is like flirting with a with a girl and they wrote a lyrics for that. So I mean to say, whatever is going in your mind, you created that into art form. So if you are in that kind of field or sector, then this could be a blessing for you. But let's say for example, you have a very organized, streamlined kind of life, and you have too much of the ample time, and you have 2 3 split personality living within your head, like Nipun A, Nipun B, Nipun C, talking to each other, my alter ego, my split personality. So I mean to say, there was a movie, M. Night Shyamalan, I guess Glass. Yeah, okay, let me focus. So what I'm trying to say over here is that, again guys, it all comes down to that, what is your lifestyle, what is your personality? Because if you are an artist, if you are a creative person, you are an entrepreneur, you're all the time looking for betterment of your life, creative ideas, new things, new hobbies, new ways for grasping knowledge and wisdom. This is going to be a very beneficial time for you. Again guys, look at it in this way. Rahu just has the head. It means it is very intelligent, and it is always looking for a sign to grasp, zodiac sign to grasp, so that it can fulfill its those desires through it. Now Aquarius is a different sign. In Aquarius, even Rahu is compelled to think for service, think about the betterment of the society, think about improving the life. So that means all of that is happening in the matters of the 5th house. So yes guys, if I were to say, lot many people will be subjected to overthinking, but those who are creative professionals and those who know how to capitalize in the surge of energy, those who know that okay, I'm feeling anxious and all, so I started going extra mile for my jogging, I started working out extra in the gym. So only if you know about it. And yes guys, when we talk about your love life, is definitely going to get lot of action happening in your love life as well. Those who are like pursuing or planning to enroll for any certification, any course in the fields of technology, anything to do with a foreign language or technology or social sciences, social work and something, so those people can actually get benefited. And again guys, same is the case, I would say, which I mentioned for the Gemini Lagna. For the Gemini Lagna as well, right? Rahu is transiting in your like 9th house, and the sign Lord is there in the 10th house. You enroll for a course and you'll get a placement quicker. Same is the way guys, in your case, whatever you're gonna invest right now in your education, the sign Lord Saturn is there in the 6th house. It is going to be creating a immediate impact in your daily job. So let's say for example, during this time, on the side only, you did some course and certification, and based on that you can bargain a good package, a better profile in your existing line of work. So that can also get materialized. So yes guys, it is good. Just don't cheat on your partner. That's all what I can say. But in majority of the ways, it is going to be revolutionizing your thought process. Guys, Rahu and Ketu transit like once in 18 years. So that means the way your mind is going to be open towards new ideas. And we are seeing every day there's so much development happening in the fields of the technology and all. So are you like already held back, or you are matching up the pace of the changing times? So this is going to be the time for you to catch the missed train. That's all what I can say. It's going to be good transit. Now guys, for all the Scorpio Lagna natives, Rahu is going to be transiting in your 4th house. So now guys, look at it in this way, that when we talk about 4th house tells about our inner emotional core. It also tells about our domestic life. It also tells about deep inside how we feel. So when Rahu is going to transit over here, see, one thing is for sure, that if you're already working in the domain of the 4th house, like especially where luxury is involved, where like comfort, hotels, hospitality, designing, all of that element is involved, Rahu is going to be working out in your favor. Second thing is that for many Scorpions, during this time, there's going to be that strong urge to revolutionize in their life, because the inner push, inner motivation generally is attached with the 4th house only, because it tells about the core of our heart, our emotions and all. So I would say this thing, that in this regard, if you are finding yourself being struck in any specific area of the life, that you have end up in a loop, unproductive loop in the life, that you're not being able to outgrow your prevailing circumstances. So during this time, that thrust will come deep from inside. Along with that guys, see, generally it has been seen that malefic planets like are not considered as very strong. So for example, when like Saturn was transiting in your fourth house in past 2.5 years, if you were already trying to relocate from your birthplace and there were some delays and something, so if you have already sown seeds and you're already thinking in that direction, Rahu's transit over here might take you away from your birthplace. There is a high possibility for that, like those people who are like trying to move to a foreign land and something. So this might help those people. Along with that, guys, like see, Rahu's transit in the Aquarius, like the way I've been saying this thing, that Rahu is all about, it only has the head. It only has the ideas and thoughts to process. And just because when it is transiting in the Aquarius, it is like very productive. It's very philanthropic. It's very humanitarian and all. So during this time, like especially those people who are in any way connected with the social work, with the reform of any form, you are actively involved in politics and something, so this is going to be the time when you will try to create a difference, you know, like trying to make the world a better place, trying to be out there, like, you know, in whichever way you can help the community and something, your family, your friends and all. So this is how it is going to be working out. Yes guys, especially like the time, the phase when Rahu is going to be transiting from the Sadbhisha nakshatra within the Aquarius, that might be emotionally insecure and unsettling for many Scorpions, especially guys, if in your case your natal moon is afflicted. So if your natal moon is afflicted, you're already prone towards anxiety, insecurity, or this could be a case that you are in a field where you have too much of the enemies and something. So then we say this thing that, you know, someone from very close might betray you or might plot things against you and all of that. So yes, those possibility cannot be ruled out. Again, Rahu is never considered as good for the emotional and the mental health. Rahu is not a planet of contentment and satisfaction or happiness. Rahu, just like the mind within our body, which is all the time craving for next adventure and all. So that means for the inner emotional health and all, mental health, peace, contentment, this is might be unsettling time. The only difference is that because Rahu in the Aquarius is considered as strong, so this insecurity might drive you towards more productive work, more productive action. So you can look at it in this way. And again guys, like in the morning only I did a reading for this person. So this lady, she has a Leo Lagna, Rahu there in the 4th house, in the Scorpio, and the 4th lord Mars is there in the 12th house, and she was in the like Saturn and Rahu. So we say this thing that many Vastu expert connect Rahu with the entrance door, and the 4th house and the 4th lord, the Rahu dispositor becomes Mars. It is also debilitated in the 12th house. I asked her, okay, like, okay, your Saturn Rahu is active. Are you doing something in the house and something? Oh yes, Nipun, we are thinking about renovating our the front door, and we are thinking about taking out the door and replacing it. I was like, please don't do that. In the Saturn Rahu, don't touch it. You will activate it. Get an advice from Vastu expert, but I will not recommend that. So that's what I'm trying to say. So yes, Rahu is going to be entering in your 4th house, guys. So inner emotional health might be on the radar, but if you are chiefly operating in the business of the 4th house, again guys, Rahu in the Aquarius is considered as very strong, and if you are operating in the business of the 4th house, any gift shop, any car showroom, any working as an architect, you have your own hotels and all, those people can actually get benefited. Because guys, look at it in this way, the sign lord, the sign dispositor of the Rahu is the Saturn. It is also transiting in the 5th house. So that means you are actually contemplating some major shift, you know, bringing that revamp in your life, and your mind will be filled with making some you know, big investments, securing my life and all. So this whole combination of Saturn and Rahu might work out in the favor, especially those who are chiefly operating in the domain of the 4th house. Now guys, when we talk about from the Sagittarius Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Rahu is going to be coming to one of its like very favorite placement, which is going to be the 3rd house. So guys, Rahu is the head, which has got all the desires, all the ideas, all what it needs a body. So now in this transit, the body is going to be the Aquarius zodiac sign. That means it is very futuristic, it is very philanthropic, it is very humanitarian, it is very, so the thing is that 3rd house Rahu is considered as so strong because it gives us that impetus, that thrust, that courage to take the initiatives. So in whichever capacity you are in your life right now, like if you feel that you're already stuck in an unproductive loop from past couple of years, so this is going to be the time, like lot many astrologers use this word, you can become a rocket. Your life can become a rocket. Yes guys, when Saturn was there in your third house, Saturn is also considered as good, but Saturn is a very slow moving planet. Planets like Mars, planet like Rahu transiting from the third house is considered as very good. So guys, in whichever capacity you are, like if you are chiefly operating in the domain of the third house, like you are a social media person, you have a travel and tour business, or like you are a journalist and something, so in whichever capacity, if you are utilizing the domain of the third house and expansion, growth is what you have in your mind, this transit of Rahu will give you plethora of opportunities, I can assure you of that. And again guys, like the way Saturn would have, you know, created a lot of restraint in your growth in the past 2.5 years, but now the wheel is going to be turning in your favor. And yes guys, during this year your ascendant lord is also going to be coming out of the 6th house. It is going to be transiting in the 7th house, so that simply means that yes, growth is going to be manifold this year, and Rahu is going to be ensuring that. See guys, when we talk about Rahu being in the Aquarius, see the way I was talking about, Rahu in the Pisces is like, you know, those terrorists who are radicalizing people. Yes, I'll be the suicide bomber, I'm not happy with my life, I will blew off and I will go to the heavens. So Rahu in the Aquarius is not like that. Rahu in the Aquarius will only give you the support of the friends and those people you will collaborate, you will come in contact with, who are like futuristic, who are very productive, who are genius, who want to, you know, make a difference, who want to contribute a lot to the humanity and all. So these are the kind of people who you will be coming in contact with. So in terms of the support in the form of resources, right set of ideas, being able to initiate things on time, being able to sign important deal, contract, agreement and get benefited because of that, being able to hire and scout for the right talent and right people. So this is how it is going to be working out for you. So yes guys, if in any capacity you are working in the domain of the technology and all, this is going to be the golden time for you. Now guys, for all the Capricorn Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Rahu is going to be transiting in your 2nd house. So yes guys, be assured that during this time, Rahu is going to be revolutionizing the matters of your finances. No matter in which capacity, in which like bandwidth you have been managing your finances, but Rahu's entry over here is going to be ensuring that you will get lot many new opportunities in the matters of the way you conduct your business. Guys, we say this thing that Rahu's transit and Rahu's presence in the 2nd house gives that sort of hypnotic touch to your speech. Like whomsoever you are talking, you have this capacity to fascinate or mesmerize your audience. That is the kind of power which Rahu grants whenever it is transiting from the 2nd house. So in this regard, it is going to be supporting you. If your line of work, your field is chiefly connected with the planet Rahu, like you're working in the casino business, you have your own hotels, you have your own alcohol brand and something, those people can actually get benefited. Again guys, see, Rahu in the Aquarius is considered as very strong, and like the way I gave this example, like people who have this capacity to tap into any viral thing, any new idea and suddenly make a good amount of money. That is what the domain of the Rahu and blending it with the energy of the like Aquarius is all about. And again guys, look at it in this way, at the end of the day, the sign lord becomes the planet Saturn, and it is also going to be transiting in the 3rd house. So that means for all those entrepreneurs and for all those people who are like looking forward to scaling up their operations, or for like venturing into some new territories and something new, like collaboration and something, this is going to be supporting you. And along with that guys, see, 2nd house is all about like, you know, the way you manage your finances. So during this time you will be very proactive, very open towards blending technology to the core, like how you can blend technology in every affair, every aspect of your business, and that is how Rahu is going to be benefiting you. And along with that guys, when we talk about Rahu being in the Aquarius, is all about, see, Rahu is just our head, and the head is always looking for a body, idea or zodiac sign to fulfill its desires and wishes. And now it has got the energy of the Aquarius, which is very futuristic, which is very genius, which is very philanthropic, which is very humanitarian. So that also tells about that yes, during this time you are going to have this capacity to collaborate and group with the like-minded people who also same like you are vibrating on a very futuristic tone. They also very strongly feel about bringing a difference in the world. They also think a lot about enabling technology in their lifestyle and all. So this is how guys this entry of Rahu in your second house is going to be benefiting you. So this whole blending the contribution of the Rahu and Saturn's transit in your third house, it seems like your finances are gonna be taking a complete makeover in next 1.5 years in a positive direction. Now guys, when we talk about from the Aquarius Lagna natives point of view, so guys, in your case Rahu is going to be coming right over there in your first house. So guys, Rahu's transit right over there in the first house is the time when the whole focus goes on to you. Like the way Rahu is just the head. Head wants to just experience all the limelight, all the spotlight, all the fame is something which Rahu all the time craves for. And this transit to the first house of yours is going to be its golden time to experience that. So lot many Aquarius Lagna natives, no matter guys whether like which age group you are currently in, but there's a one sure short case that there's going to be a lot of attention which you will get during this time. Along with that, if you're already operating in the domain of the occult, of the spirituality, or like you are responsible for any mass movement, like this could be you are a face or spokesperson of any sort of activism, any sort of social work. So this is going to be the time when you will get a lot of coverage, you will get a lot of attention. And yes guys, from the point of view of the fame or some new chapter opening up in your life, a new phase to begin in your life, which is like not in your control. We always say that Rahu Ketu brings those kind of things which are fixed as a part of our destiny's promise. So that is how the life is going to be getting unfolded in front of you. So yes guys, I only have good things to say. And the sign lord which happened to be the planet Saturn, it is also going to be transiting in your second house. So whatsoever difference you will be creating, whatsoever new development Rahu is going to be bringing in your life, definitely your finances are also going to be getting benefited or getting replenished because of all of your decision, all of that fame which you will be enjoying. That's all what I can say. So yes guys, for fame, popularity, good like subscription numbers, followership and all, and a complete makeover in your personality, the way you look at the things, the way you look at the world, all of that is going to go complete makeover. And guys, we say this thing that Aquarius is a collective sign. So even if you are like looking for support, like you are heading some movement regarding this, you want people to pledge their support and something. So if you're already in that department, so your whole personality and body will exude that feeling of trust. So people will find very easy to trust in your vision. So that's all what I can say. And I guess that is the only reason that this could be responsible for giving you success, giving you fame, because you will give that very trustable kind of vibes. That if you're actually doing something and you are associated with some philanthropic kind of cause, so people will lend their support, people will give their support to share the same vision with you. Now guys, for all the Pisces Lagna natives, so guys, in your case, Rahu is going to be transiting in your 12th house. So guys, a lot many people say this thing that Rahu's transit from the 12th house is the time of the expenses and the losses. No, but in that case, you have to actually give attention to the zodiac sign. Rahu in the Aquarius is considered as very strengthened. Rahu is just the head. Now it has got the zodiac sign which is very productive, which is very altruistic, which is very philanthropic, which is very scientific. And this combination happening in the 12th house, over where it is hidden, Rahu loves to solve the puzzles, Rahu loves to solve the mysteries. So that means in the unknown kind of environment and areas, this will create opportunities for you. So let's say for example guys, during this time only, you're trying to start a fresh life in a foreign land, you are in any import export kind of business, you are a part of any secretive covert kind of activities, intelligence kind of work and all. So all those people can get benefited. During this time there might be increase in your travels as well. And along with that, guys, because the sign Lord, because we cannot just look individually to the Rahu, we have to give attention to the sign Lord as well. So sign Lord Saturn during the same time is going to be transiting in your first house. So whatever development or innovation Rahu is going to be doing in the 12th house, in the hidden house, the direct impact of that is going to be coming in your whole life as well. You are actually going to be getting benefited, and the recognition and the kind of due credit is going to be coming to you, because Saturn is going to be ensuring that being transiting in your first house. And yes, guys, especially people who are like very much aligned towards a new form of spirituality, you know, just not like doing it in a very traditional orthodox kind of style, doing it in a very new age kind of way, like taking interest in Kundalini, going for retreat in a foreign land, and meeting your bunch of like, you know, your tribe, people who share the same vision for the world, for their spiritual growth. So that kind of collaboration, meeting those people in a foreign land, in unusual exotic places, immediately striking a good chemistry with those people. So this is how this transit of Rahu in your 12th house is going to be manifesting results for you. So yes, guys, this is something which I wanted to say as a part of my inputs. For furthermore updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. Dhanyavad.